Obviously, State Farm has always been there to ensure our customers' liabilities. Now, obviously, we're helping them plan for their future. With State Farm, you have direct deposit, you have an ATM debit card, so you can go to any ATM and have your services completed, much like most of the traditional banks, but for a lesser fee.
State Farm Insurance has been a good neighbor to Americans for over 80 years. Their familiar logo, their catchy jingle, and commitment to service are watchwords in a highly competitive industry. But did you know that State Farm is also a bank? Now, you may never have actually run across a State Farm bank, but there's a very good reason for that. You see, State Farm's not a traditional bank. There's no colonial branch building or grocery store walk-up or even a State Farm Bank ATM machine. State Farm Bank operates through its network of over 16,000 exclusive insurance agents across the U.S., its 24/7 call center, and the Internet. State Farm believed that since its agents already had great relationships with its customers, it was the perfect opportunity to offer additional services. The path to achieving that goal of in-home online banking finally cleared with the explosion of use of the Internet and the federal deregulation of certain aspects of banking in 1999.
In 1933, there was a law passed called HOLA, Homeowners Loan Act, and that allowed a mutual insurance company like State Farm to own and operate a financial services company. In the year 1999, the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act was enacted, which in essence tore down the walls between the insurance, banking, and equities world.
To keep consumers safe, the federal government prohibits a single company from doing too many jobs, so the line between State Farm insurance companies and State Farm Bank is drawn very clearly.
There are requirements that we have to keep separate companies, as an example. State Farm, the insurance organization, provides the insurance products and services. State Farm Bank is the basis for offering banking products, which are the loans and the deposit instruments. And then we have the mutual fund organization, which provides the mutual fund products that our agents offer, each in separate companies that are required by law.
To provide its services, State Farm Bank employs the same agents that sell the insurance company's products. If a company is interested in additional services like savings accounts or CDs, they can work directly with their insurance agent to apply for them.
Any customer could visit any State Farm branch where they can meet with a team member or an agent and discuss our banking products. With State Farm, you have direct deposit, you have an ATM debit card, so you can go to any ATM and have your services completed, much like most of the traditional banks, but for a lesser fee.
Okay, we'll use this as a guide.
It may sound a little challenging not to have a bank to walk into or a window to drive up to, but virtually every kind of traditional bank transaction can be done online, over the phone, or via a traditional bank's ATM machine, or with the help of a State Farm agent.
Obviously, State Farm has always been there to ensure our customers' liabilities. Now, obviously, we're helping them plan for their future. So it's been really great because now when that customer comes in and, let's say, is changing cars, we can help them with, hey, you know, what kind of interest rate did you get? Did you know that we have a bank? We can probably get you a great rate.
State Farm doesn't have quite the same flexibility in partnerships that a traditional bank does because they're already mixing multiple businesses. That means to maintain its integrity, State Farm has to do a lot of work under its own banner while avoiding some other relationships outright. For example, State Farm doesn't provide car loans directly through automobile dealerships. Technically, State Farm Bank is a thrift, a category that includes savings and loans, so it's subject to federal banking rather than state laws.
State Farm Bank's only option was to go the savings and loan or the thrift charter, so by definition, our regulator is the Office of Thrift Supervision and the FDIC.
But regulation aside, the cross-pollination of different businesses create new opportunities for unusual products and services like the health savings account.
HSAs are set up for high deductible accounts where their first dollar coverage comes out of their pocket, and the idea is to provide an account that they can park money in to satisfy those deductible needs and to pay a reasonable interest rate on it to allow them to help manage their expenses.
But bringing two different businesses together isn't as easy as it sounds, considering that State Farm was merging two very different cultures into one multifaceted business.
Basically, the idea of the cultures fitting together, it's a customer-focused culture. And as a result, all we're doing now is offering additional products and services that help support the needs of the customer.
It's very natural for us to not only do auto insurance on a customer, but also talk about auto financing. And that part of the whole State Farm Bank concept was very appealing to me as a business owner.
The end result is a famous, trusted brand that can offer unprecedented flexibility and creativity to its customers, all founded on a combination of technology, innovation, and integrity. And there was probably no clearer illustration of how vital such flexibility could be for customers than the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina on the Gulf Coast surrounding New Orleans.
For customers who had mortgages through State Farm Bank, we gave them 2 90-day forbearance options to where we did not require them to make their payments because we knew that they were in a difficult situation. We offered on our credit card program, as an example, we actually forgave the interest as well as allowed them to not make payments for a period of time.
Without a traditional venue, or even traditional marketing, State Farm Bank has to do a lot of legwork to both inform and invite customers to try its services. State Farm agents find that their insurance and financial review is the perfect opportunity to bring up banking services.
We have quite a few tools. State Farm helps us identify people within our book of business as who might be likely for certain products.
But mainly it's done on awareness. As long as we're making our customers aware that we do checking accounts, deposit products, we do CDs, we do loans, auto loans, home loans, that just opens up the discussion and at least makes our customers better informed about what we do.
That process combines information and qualification, but for a business this new and this unique, State Farm depends on old-fashioned grassroots goodwill in order to grow.
Making customers aware of the products and services that State Farm offers is a challenge, but it's not as hard as one would think. The primary focus has been to allow our agents to be our focal point for getting the word out to our customers in their daily interactions with the consumer, being able to pick up on the wants and the needs of those customers and then pivoting to those products. And as a result, we get a lot of crossovers from our State Farm customers referring their friends, their neighbors, their relatives to State Farm for the products and services they need.
A great opportunity like State Farm Bank seems too good not to share, but the endeavor was first and foremost conceived as a way to provide greater service to existing insurance customers. Still, there are tremendous opportunities available for expanding the business.
So as we look into the future, there will be opportunities to expand the product offerings of the bank, but right now our primary focus is on retail banking, which would be the consumer.
But business banking is only one opportunity for a unique bank with tremendous resources in an industry that is itself evolving almost every year. The future will find State Farm Bank and the greater State Farm family of companies providing greater and greater service to an expanding array of customers.
Over time, they've done a great job of obviously adapting to the marketplace.
State Farm's mission statement says it will be our customers' first and best choice when it comes to products and services in the insurance and the financial services industry. And with that being our focus, then it will come down to us listening to our customers and then trying to help build products and services to meet their needs.
And that is what's going to build State Farm Bank's brand as we go forward into the future.